And here we are.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, Daniele. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody who's watching now and who's going to watch in the future. Welcome to a new edition of Through the Lens of Life. You know, those cute, funny, interesting, educational, inspiring, aspiring videos presenting you absolutely gorgeous, phenomenal people with a different perspective on life. The one that I wish all of us could enjoy now, especially when there's a lot to worry about in the world. So, welcome, Daniele. It's
Hello.
it's an honor and it's a pleasure. It's such a delight to have you here. For those of you who don't know Daniela, she is really famous in Brazil. She's one of those photographers empowering women to stand up for who they truly are, for the inner beauty and the inner wisdom that's in all of us, and also children, and so much more. So, Daniele, thank you so much for having accepted this invitation.
It's a
And
pleasure to be here.
and tell us, who are you? How did you start with photography? Why photography? What does it do to you? Tell us about you. Tell us stories. Tell juicy stuff and a bit of samba.
Okay, so let's go. I am a little bit nervous because there is a long time I don't speak in English, so let's see what happens. But I used to work on IT, so there is nothing to do with photography. And but I always like art since I was kid, like reading or doing
Oh, oh, you froze. Please come back. Daniele, please come back. Oh, the connection was good, but now you're frozen. Let me tell you on a messenger that you got frozen, so maybe you can disconnect and come back. Ah, okay. We're waiting for Daniele, and in the meantime, yes, she's back.
I got scared for a little bit.
No, I was just saying, well, we lost you, you froze, but you will be back. I'm going to send you a
Yeah.
message.
Okay.
So, you were saying that ever since you were a child, you liked art?
Yes. So I have no idea how I end up in IT. I have no idea, but no life things. So I spent about 20 years on IT, and I bought a camera. Yeah, just for like a travel. I have no intention of doing anything, but a friend of mine invited me to take some pictures of her. I have never done this before. And she said like, oh, she was like, she was very beautiful. So she asked me to take those pictures, and we went to a place here in Brazil full of trees and nature. And I did the pictures just for playing. And at the end, when I look at it, I said like, well, I could do that, again and again. Then there is 7 years I have done this. 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, but for work, just 3 years. I spent a lot of time doing the both things, like pictures and IT. And 3 years ago, I quit IT and to dedicate only to photography.
Wow. And
And
what made the shift? What made you, transfer? Because it's 4 years, right? 4 years of doing being in both worlds, and all of a sudden you said, IT, nice, thank you, but picture what was the trigger?
oh, there are many. There are many. Well, first, when you are in IT and you are a woman, everything is very hard. So I learned like to build a career on welling. I think this is the word. I have to fight all the
Yeah.
time for everything to show people that I knew what I was talking about. So it's like exhausting. For 20 years, there is a time you cannot deal with this anymore. So I already had problems in the company with this, and I have to ask to leave and work at home, like home office. because I couldn't go anymore. I was so tired of everything that I couldn't go anymore. And this was when I find out the idea of the photography. But I wasn't think that it could be serious, it was just for playing. And so everything started like that. I think I was about to burn out, 19.
Yeah.
Uh, and then when I started doing photography, I realized that I spent my whole life between men. This is
Mm.
this is all.
Yeah.
And
A
and
man's world.
exactly. And if in this world, if you are like too delicate to woman, for them, you are not smart enough. So I have to take everything that was about woman from my life. So I didn't wear makeup. I couldn't wear like woman's clothes, because they wouldn't respect me. That this is how I grew up, and this sort of like my
Wow.
whole
But
adult
this
phase.
this is kind of cutting out of who you truly be. I mean, it's like cutting out of a whole part of yourself.
Exactly, exactly. But I didn't miss this in the beginning, I think it was just life is just like that. This is how I feel. I didn't understand what was going on. I used to
Yeah.
think like, if you want to succeed, this is the life you have to take. That
Oh,
is how I felt.
yo, wait,
Yeah,
yo. So if this, oh, so if you want to succeed, you'd better leave everything out of your life, something that you would
exactly.
like. You just be there on. Okay, so you did this for 20 years until
20 years,
one
yeah.
day.
Till one day when I took pictures from my friend, and I realized that I enjoy it. I was very, very scared because I didn't have friendships with women at all. So I was thinking like, what am I going to say to her? What we are going to talk about? I was very scared. But the thing of doing pictures was really nice to me. So I decided that I wanted to do again, and I invited someone else, another friend from work, and that I didn't know pretty well. And I spent a whole week like nervous, because I didn't know what to talk to her. All the women were scared for me.
Wow, this is to me like gold, because I went to your place, like it was when in I can't even remember, January 2019. I went to your place and I was like stepping into this world of femininity, of whatever I thought femininity was, and it was like a fluff here, a lace there, silk
Glitter.
and textures and glitters and makeup, that absolutely, whoa, breathtaking
Yeah.
makeup. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, this is the thing, because I didn't know how much I enjoyed this side until you showed me how you can play with it. So this is part of the invitation today, because you're one of those people who really took the time to show me a different side of me, which was, how should I say, a surprise for me. But I felt like, oh, but I know this. But there had to be one person, and that was you and your assistant who did the makeup, and we laughed our
Alison.
asses off. Allison, yes.
Yeah. But you know what is to just say is what happened mostly here. Most of the women who come say the same. And you know what is wonderful? I have stepped on all these before, and I go with this with you again. I win this. I fight for my femininity, I think.
Yeah.
And when I watch another woman doing this through my work, I go to all this again. It's like I smell picture every day. So it's really, really nice, really, really nice. And what you said is just very common. Most of women who work, who have a family to care, they say the same. We stop looking to ourselves, and we reject some things, because exactly what I say. You look more smart if you look a little more manly.
Yeah, yeah. And you also told me something when I was there, that the Brazilian women have a certain way of looking at themselves. We were talking about retouching the pictures, remember? And you told me this was something that really stayed with me, that you asked me, what would you like to see in your picture? How much do you want it to be retouched? I can show you this, but it's up to you what you would like to see in those pictures. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. And it was such an exercise for me to reconnect with my body and to what I was willing to see in it, and the playfulness and the whatever there was there available for the moment. But it opened up, how should I say, a whole new perspective, that I could choose what I wanted to see in myself.
Yes.
So I was no longer something like I have to be this for people, but it's something that I would like to see in myself. Wow. So thank you for reminding me of this. But
Wonderful. Here in Brazil, I don't know how it's there, but here there is a lot of judgment on women, or especially on woman body. There is
yeah,
a lot of judgment, and for many women here, to say yes for a photo shoot is something that she had to fight for years, to take the decision to say yes, because she has to face the family, the friends, and everybody, what people are going to say. Am I too old for that? We have to deal with this all the time. And sometimes just by knowing that I can do some retouching for her to feel more comfortable, this is enough for her to say yes, and if that's what she needs to say yes, that's what I'm going to do. And usually we do a lot of retouching on the first time, a little less in the second, and a little less in the third one, until she finds that this is not important at all. I
wow.
have something in my work that I'd say that I work with empowering, but by art, not by the body. We hear a lot of you have to feel good with your body for you to feel the empowerment. But I believe that we feel the power when you are doing something useful. That is what's more important to me. So when you create something with your hands, you go there and you do something, and people say, "Wow, this is really nice." This is empowering. It's not because you look skinny or because you were happy with your body the way it is that you are going to be empowered. No, I think this is the most fragile way, to be
Yeah.
empowered. So I want people to enjoy the idea of creating something. That's what we do in my work. And it's an exercise for a lot of things on her life. She has to think about a lot of things to create this persona, that we are going to shoot. And if she has a problem with her body, it's okay. If we needed to fix it, let's say like this, if we need to fix it for her to try it for the first time, we do. That is not a problem. I want her just to say yes. This is the most important.
Wow.
All the other things happen next. She's
That
going to
it's
get
like
more comfortable.
it's like say yes first, and then the rest is coming. It's just that the first step to pass over the threshold. But I just want to know, how did you choose this? To me, it's like a totally unique way of looking at women. It's like it's a totally, it's like how should I say, like fantasy land come true. You go there and you become a goddess, and you become a fairy, you become a witch if you want, you become a mermaid, you become everything your heart sings to, like the little girls that always wanted to be that character, the how should I say, the sparkly character. Now somebody goes to your studio, and all of a sudden it's like, so what made you choose that? What, I mean, from all the types of photography, like I didn't even have the names for the, but this is specific. So how did you choose it?
Well, the first thing is that I never find a reason to shoot a person the way it is, the way she is, like dressing the same clothes that she uses every day or the same hair, everything. I don't find a reason to save this for eternity, because this is photography for me. I want to save this forever. So if you are like in a wedding or in a birthday, or if you have a reason, like you are a newborn or something like that, it's worth it. You want to save that moment forever. But if you are just like in a regular day, what is there for you to say forever, So this I found this. I talked about this on the first day. I was going to shoot my friend for the first time, and I saw no reason to shoot her in the way I saw her in the work every day. This wasn't like something that deserved to be saved forever. So we start playing like we use some hippie. I don't know if you, yeah,
Yeah.
because I want something different. It has to be different. It has to be something that she wants to remember forever. The day that she dressed like a hippie. This is something
Yeah.
really cool to remember. So this was the first step. And then the second one, we did like pin-up. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was second photo shoot in life. Just around that. We took like clothes from friends or for people that has something like similar with what you want. It's get like awful. Wasn't like really realistic, but was fun. That's the thing. It was really fun. So I always think about ways to create something that people are going to want to remember. And we talk about photography. Usually, I speak this to my students too. We learn that photography is about memory, and it's okay. I hear a lot of people saying like, you take a picture today for you to look from 20 years, how you look like today. You want to remember that. But this is not the only reason. You don't need to wait 20 years to enjoy that picture. You can enjoy the moment of doing this, like dressing up within wigs and things that are different, because that moment is fun, not only the picture. You can create things. And I like I said, I went to IT really early in my life. I was about 15 when I started working.
Wow.
Yeah, and I joined this world of men's there. But I was a person who loved fantasy size kid, like a lot of the rings and things like that. I always loved that, and I was like, it was like taken from me, because I couldn't enjoy this thing and be a professional at the same time, So it was taken from
Yeah.
me. When I start with photography, it's like an opportunity to bring it back in a way that people would like it, It stopped being a problem and start being something really nice, that I have this view, or that I like this thing, So
And that you encouraged women to look at themselves through your eyes, whatever was, I wouldn't say missing, but whatever you were longing for, it was now available for themselves to discover differently. And I remember that Luli, my friend who brought me to you, had this beautiful, gorgeous picture. She was dressed in something blue, and I was staring at that picture. I was like, never in 1,000 million years would I have had that idea to take that picture. And she was beautiful, gorgeous, absolutely like a diva, and I said, I want that. And Luli looked at me and said, you want that? Okay, let's have that. And I remember that I wanted the picture with the snake. Do you still work with the snake?
yes, not so much now because of the pandemic times, but yes.
What's his name?
Jiba.
Jiva. Okay, so for those who don't know, have a look on Daniela's Instagram. You will see that snake, which actually pulled me in because I wanted a picture with the snake. I'm scared to death of snakes, and the snake knew something better because that day he wasn't available. But this is also something very unusual to my eyes, to allow people to experience something that you're not going to pet a snake in everyday life, right?
Yeah. I hope so.
So how did the snake come into the picture? How did you get the idea?
Well, it was a friend of mine who said that he know this man who have a snake. So we just bring it. Let's see what happens. It was like that. But that is something important too. We don't work with any animals. We work with just animal from projects of, let me say, preservation. I don't know how to
Yeah.
say it. So they make projects for school, for students to learn about the animals. So I don't get like a friend who have a snake at home like a pet. No, they are they are used to to humans. They know how to. They are safe. First of all, I work with a own. I think that's the word. Uh,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Woohoo,
the
woohoo.
bird. Yes, and it's wonderful. And it's wonderful. It's like a little bird, but this size. It's really
It
nice. Yeah,
it's
that's
not
really
that little, and it's also a threshold. It's a threshold to step into your own power and to know that there is nothing to be scared of. This is how I see it. Because if you show me an owl like from close up, I might be running away.
yes.
But in your studio, I might be, interested, enticed, or curious to see what can we do with that.
Have you faced something really scared, like something you are afraid of, or a trauma, or something that you are trying to work on, and you win this? Like I was afraid of water. I would never dive in my whole life. So I went to a travel and I see people like diving, and I find this so wonderful. Like I am really afraid because I have a little accident when I was kid. So I was really afraid. And when I came back, I decided that I would learn how to dive. So I went to a pool and I took a teacher, my instructor, and he teach me how to dive. And the day I put my elbows on the under the water and in the pool, I don't know how to say it. I started crying. One of
Yeah,
the most wonderful thing that you can do in your life is to win something that scares you. So when you bring the snake, this
yeah,
is what happened. Some people come like crying, afraid of getting close, and all of a sudden it's like on the neck. They put the snake on
yeah.
the neck. So this is a small win, and
It's
some
a
people get
huge one. It's a huge win. It's
yeah.
a huge win.
Yeah, we tend to avoid, to be in those situations, and then you choose to do. I am really afraid of snake, but I'm going there and I'm going to do it. And when you do it, it's like one of the most wonderful feeling in the world. So, to work with those animals is for me is the biggest project that I have, because it really changed people. They come to the studio like shaking, you know,
Yeah.
and then they enjoy the experience because the snakes, different than what most people think, they are calm, they are nice, they are warming. They are not cold. Most people think they are cold. They are not cold because when they are close to your body, they heat. Like your body
Yeah, with your,
temperature. Yeah,
oh,
they adapt to
this
it.
is ah,
Yeah, it's really,
yeah.
really wonderful the way they interact with the humans. And they think you are a tree, they don't know you are a person. They think you are a tree. So all you have to do is to make it comfortable. So you give her support like for the head, and then she's going to be like quiet, So it's
I
not
would
something
have
scared.
I would have never guessed that. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. This is, how should I say? This is the educated perspective, in the sense of sometimes we don't have the information, but if there is somebody over there who's willing to provide this information and also take away this scare, which is not even ours, how much more fun can be
Yeah.
there in our lives?
Yes, I think the same. And I think the snake is a big way of seeing this, because it has to do with a lot of things on your life too, we think about things like they are a lot harder than it is at all, so I see people open up after that, it's really nice. It's
You
really
know
nice.
that after our photo shoot, no steak, no snake, no steak. No steak, no snake. I went directly to the airport and I kept my eyelashes and my makeup, and I was walking there and everybody was looking at me. And I was like, oh my God, everybody's looking at me. And then I sat down and I said, of course, everybody's looking at me. Why wouldn't they? I have the most gorgeous makeup ever that I had in my life. I just had my diva moment. Why wouldn't they want to look at me? It was this subtle change of woof, of energy, of it's okay. Look as long as you want. I'm just here to admire.
Yeah, it is just wonderful. And let me tell you something. I have women who come every month, sometimes two times in a month, to do the photo shoot, because once that you experience that, you don't want to lose anymore. It's really nice. And, most of people, when they come to my Instagram for the first time, they look at those pictures like with the snake, with the crows, like the horns,
The
like
horns. Yeah.
horns, yes. So they think like, what the hell is that? No, why does people would want something like that? I would never do something like that. So this is the first reaction that people have, and it's so weird that people start following me. That's what happened. It's so weird.
So my
Yeah.
question would be, is it so weird, or it reminds them of something they are not comfortable admitting in front of everybody else?
Yeah, exactly that. So they start following me, and I keep posting pictures, sharing pictures, and they stay like, "Oh, this is weird. An old woman wearing a crown. She's like a princess now." That's the things that they think, and they keep following me. They keep seeing the things, and one day they look like, let's suppose, with the picture with the moon that I have. So
Yeah.
she look at it and she say, "Oh, this way." I may do it, maybe I would do it, like that's the moment when she say yes. No,
Yeah.
it's a little battle every day for her to understand this. It's kind of culture, it's different from them. We learned that those are not things that we could do. We cannot do that. Something, another thing fun. I have pictures that I do with painting. I don't know if you have seen
I
it.
saw some of
Yeah.
them, but I was about to go on a flight and it wasn't
Well,
possible.
it happened already. It happened already. So one of the girls went travel after just like full of painting on her body. It happened before. So wouldn't be the first time. But what we do is just throw painting. I think this is the word, a painting. We just throw it, many colors, and the person get really colorful when you take pictures of it. So many people, I mean, we all wanted to do this when we are kid, be covered
Yeah.
in painting. This would be really nice.
I
So
confess.
yeah, so we learned that's wrong. We can do that. You cannot like get dirt on painting. Nobody can do
No,
that.
no, 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 no. You have to wash yourself. You get dirty.
Yeah,
And
you
with
like
color,
your finger is dirty. You have to watch it right now. Yeah, we learned that. So when I say to a woman, "Wow, you can cover yourself in painting and you do some pictures," then she goes like, "Wow, this is something old." I really want to do something like that. So this is the moment when I saw it was important because the picture of painting was one of the first I did because I didn't have many clothes, to do something different. So I went to the painting because what cheap, I think it's the word, wasn't expensive and
yeah.
was different. So I started throwing painting on people. And I realized that they feel really nice and they are like taking pictures of themselves, like selfies to show the painting. It was something really pleasuring. So that's why the moment when I saw that has to do a lot of what we are when we are a kid, and the
Yeah.
things that we are denied to.
You were speaking about kids. You also have little girls most of the time in your studios that come with their moms. How do they experience this? Because I mean, it's like, hey, mom is taking me to Fantasyland, and I get to be the princess, and I get to be that princess, which I always wanted to be. So how do they take it, and how do they take this relationship with mom? Because most of the times, mom is in the pictures as well.
Well, I may disappoint you a little bit here because most likely it's not the kid that won the pictures. The pictures are from moms. This is what happened. Mostly the kids are the first step for the mom. She want to do that. She want to do that. She really want to do that, but she was too old. She was too fat. She's anything that stopped her for doing this. So she take the kid. Let's do it with the kid because the kid can do that. Usually they enjoy the experience too. A lot because I have a lot of things that they doesn't have at home. Like
Yeah.
things that they can dress up of almost everything, and I like a lot playing with them because they are very they have a lot of imagination. So when I say to them, "Can you lay down here?" She say like, "Oh, it's a dying princess." They are like really enjoying everything we do. So it's really nice. But mostly are the mother who bring the kids. Sometimes they don't even want that. No, they don't want to take pictures. When they come here, they see everything. They get a little more open, but many times the kid doesn't want that. It's just the mother who have this wish, and she cannot do it. She thinks she cannot do
She's,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes is we take pictures of the kid. Sometimes the mother want to be in the picture with the kid, like the first step. So the picture is for the kid, but I will be there too. you know.
And then it starts. So now, kid, we get you
Yeah.
excited how
Yeah.
it's mommy
And she always
time.
asks, can you take some pictures of only me, please?" So this happened. And I get really happy when it happens because I know there is a little door, that she's opening. And it's really nice. So I do it with a lot of pleasure all the time that they want. I am not like specializing on kids, and I don't intend to, because the thing that I love the most is to pass this with the woman, and something that we don't have to kids. And there are a lot of opportunity for kids to experience this world in another situations, but for adults we don't have much. So my work is completely made for the woman,
For the world,
but
it's like, to me, it's like you are the example of that person, or that woman that empowers women to get to the essence, to the source, to the wild side, to the unseen every day. And I wanted to ask you, it's not only with pictures that you do that, you also organize classes for them or trainings for them, right? You also have these gatherings, and you empower women to step up into their, how should I, into their talents and their abilities. So
yes.
how do you do that?
When I started with photography, and I didn't intend to make this a profession, one thing that I always enjoy, and this is funny, you're gonna find it funny. I was so scared of working with women that what I should do, I used to take a lot of women, because then they doesn't have to talk to me, they could talk to themselves.
Themselves.
Yeah, that's what I took. I was so scared that this is how I felt. So I started bringing like at least 6 women. So if I feel uncomfortable, they could be like talking there, take my picture and go home. This is what I would to do. But it never happens, all the time. It was funny. All the time that I shoot a woman, I was thinking like, wow, this must be the most nice woman in the world. The next one is going to be terrible. I was always like that. And I start bringing more and more women, to the point that I couldn't shoot them anymore because there are so many. So what I did, I opened up to another photographers that was starting, that want to learning. So we make once in a month a meeting where I bring photographers that are learning with women that want to be shoot for a little small price, like $5, just for paying for
Just
the food and things like that, and from the commitment, because it's very scared. So it's very common for them to give up
last
before,
minute,
yes,
like
last minute. Yeah. So I charge just a little bit just for the commitment. And I used to have like 7 persons, have 7 people there, among photographers and model, to shoot. And we do a picnic, like in public places, and take pictures the whole day. So it's a way for them, especially who cannot pay, to have a chance to be in this world. And my only demand from them is that they have to make their own dresses, their own
outfits.
outfit. Yes, they have to create something in about a scene that I say, like you have to do something from using flowers, So they have to go home and build something, and then we are gonna shoot them. Because when, like I said in the beginning, when you build something with your hands, it's a lot more evaluated, You
Yeah,
never forget that. So it's the
I
only
love
thing that
it.
I demand from them. It's really, really nice. And you know what's cool? I have a lot of women, and a lot, it's not just a few, that go to the meeting for the first time. They create their own outfit and they start doing this for others, because one of a woman say, I
Wow.
don't know how to do this. And they help and do for the other. And they make this a work, you know. They start doing
Wow.
for one and for another and for another, and they start selling this and they make this a work. I
I
have
love this.
at least 6 women who now are living from making these
From this.
clothes. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice.
Wow. And how does it get any better than that? Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for this conversation, Daniele. It's been fabulous to have you again. I'm like, I will dig up my pictures and I will put them back on my website. I mean on the Facebook so that they can be seen with I know my personal experience in your studio. And if we were to leave people with one nugget of wisdom, if you were to talk to those ladies who are watching us or will watch in the future, what would you tell them about life through the lens of life?
Oh my God, I didn't talk anything. But I think the most important is what I said at the beginning. We needed to think about empowerment, like something about being productive, and we needed to seek for that before we seek for the body in any ways that we think about it. Like, I have to be skinny, or I have to love myself the way I am. Before we think about this, we needed to think about being productive, about creating something for the world. Because if you do that, you are doing something for yourself. I am an example. I have a lot of problems with myself, with my look. I have a lot of problems. I had a lot of things that stopped me from going live, for instance. I
Oh,
took,
that's very interesting. I have to laugh
yeah.
at it. I'm sorry, but I have to laugh at it.
But I think 3 years for start doing videos. The thing that make me wanted to do this is to know that people want to hear what I have to talk about. This is more important than the way I look like. When I could go and say something about photography and teach someone, you can put me in front of like 1,000 person and I am going to be comfortable. This is empowering. And knowing that
Wow.
you know something and that people evaluated that. So when you do art, this is what happened. You like go making a drawing, light up, writing a poetry, or doing anything like that. People are going to respond, and this is what make you feel good, make you feel really powerful. If you have problems with the look, it gets like small if you are doing something useful. So
Wow.
I think that.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Daniela. This has been such a pleasure. And well, I'm looking forward to flying back to Brazil one day and have my second photo shoot, less retouching.
I am waiting for you. Yeah.
And with a snake, right? With a
Okay.
snake.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I will invite people to discover you on Instagram, on Facebook, on your website. I will put the links there. And if they have questions, if they would like to connect with you, I'm wholeheartedly inviting them to discover more of you. Thank you so, so, so much. And
Yeah,
wow,
thank you for the invitation. I got really happy and I'm hoping to see you soon. Yeah,
me too.
we had such a
Kisses,
nice time.
yes, absolutely. I mean, I will tell you more in a different conversation. But until
Yeah.
then, kissing and hugs and enjoy the rest of the day, Daniele. I know it's early morning over there, afternoon here, and let's have some fun. Kisses. Mwah.
Thank you very much for the invitation. It was really, really nice to see you again.
Mwah.
Bye bye.